Hi everybody, it's Lene. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I use lots of flowers when I'm making cards and other things like journals and books. And I usually use pre-made flowers like this one because I want that to be accessible to everybody, and not everybody has a die cutting machine, or not everybody likes to cut out layers of flowers and making their own. But that's a thing. So I did want to talk about that and use this dimensional flower cutting die from Hunky Dory Crafts. And this one is a rose, and it comes with 3 layers and the little leaves. And I've gone ahead and cut some. We're going to keep this in that fall theme that we've just been driving through September. And I'm also going to use Autumn Garden 12x12 pattern cardstock. I've used this in several other videos. And the coordinating solid cardstock in these beautiful fall colors. Maybe even this scrap of metallic gold that I have. And yeah, it's a little chaotic. I like it. Not really sure what I'm going to do with it. But if this is something that appeals to you, stick around and see how it turns out. And at the very end, I'll tell you how one of you can be a winner of the finished card. I love to give away my projects to my subscriber friends. So we'll be right back and we'll get started. All right, so I've already die cut my shapes here. I have the 3 sizes of flowers in this sort of burnt orange color. And then I'm inking the edges of those with gingerbread, okay, which is a great fall color. And for this, I'm literally just, if it's a harsher color, okay, which is really dark, and this one is, I like to apply it using an applicator. This could be a brush applicator, this could be one of the foam applicators, whatever is your favorite. And you just want to get the color on the edge and then maybe 1/3 of the way down. And I like to use double-sided cardstock. This has a darker color or a lighter color on the opposite side, depending on which one you're using, which is nice because I'm not sure how much of it we're going to show. Like, we're going to do some curling of some petals. I like to use ball tools for shaping them, a little bit of foam or something to kind of push down on that and give it some dimension. So we've got the yellow, so I'm going to use all 3 sizes in this darker color. Okay, and then I'm only going to use the smallest 2 sizes in the yellow. All right, and let's see, I love the little green leaves, are adorable, really, really sweet. For that one, I love edging those in khaki, which is just my favorite color of green ink. Just like that. We're just doing a little bit like that on those. I've also got these sort of little twiggy berry looking things, and this is from another die set from Hot Off the Press. I'm going to list all of the collections of supplies that I used down below the video in the description box. But this die set is called Bigger Leaves and Ferns, and it's from Hot Off the Press, and this is all from the Hunky Dory one, as we know. All right. I should mention that the Warm Honey is the one that I'm using for the yellow roses. All right, let's go. Let's go. So let's start off, I think, with these orangey color ones. So when I'm making a rose shape, first I want it to kind of curve out like this. And then when I'm done with all of those, I want them to curve sort of in. So I like to turn it over. And then using like a little sponge or anything like that. I mean, you guys, you can even use your hand, okay? And it's going to give you that curve. But I'm like just using a little bit of sponge. I even like stack up some layers of craft foam from the Dollar Tree. That works great too. If you don't have a tool like this, you could use the end of your inking tool, or looking for a pen that has anything that kind of has like a rounded edge to it is going to work fine for doing that. All right, so once we do that, then we're going to turn that over, and then we're going to do it this way. And I'm making that little stirring motion. So that's the shape we're getting. Outward, and then we're curving the center. Okay, So let's do that a couple more times, and then I'm going to do all the rest of these off camera because, bull, that's a lot of just me shaping. All right, like that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that on all of these. For these cute little leaves, I'm just going to do those on one side because I want those to curve just kind of like that. And then on these little guys, I did take a little bit of the brick red ink and I just touched them on these little berries. I'm not concerned that all of them aren't getting done. I just want a little hint of that red, and I'm just going to leave these flat. All right, so I have a lot of shaping to do, and then we'll come back and we'll assemble them. All right, we've got some flowers that are shaped here. I've already gone ahead and glued these together, so let's get going on the rest of these. So we're going to take two of the same size, put a little dot here, and then when we glue them together, we're going to offset them. We're not aligning them like that, we're offsetting them. Put that one right there. And then we're just going to keep doing that. We're going to keep layering and offsetting. Just like this. Two of each one of these because we want this rose to look really full. And this is more of a wild rose shape. Just like that. And now when we get to the last one, I'm going to take a small ball tool and just kind of push down like that. And then before the next step, we're going to let that dry for a little bit. And for these, I also took two of each, but remember I took the medium and the small. And you can see here I've poked a hole in one. So after these have dried, because I'm using liquid glue, we want these to be very dry. So dry for about an hour, and then we're going to take a pokey tool or an awl or something like that, even like a nail or a thumbtack, but you want to push that through. Okay, once it's through, then we're going to just kind of help it along. Keep the fingers out of the way because we want kind of a big hole. Like that. All right, now we've lost a little bit of shape here, but that's okay. We can just go like that. All right, and now I've got these little stamen, okay? They're like this. These little flower centers. They're so cute, and those little like wild kind of roses. I'm saying wild roses because I don't know a darn thing about roses, but I know the look I'm going for. I'm going to cut off about 3 of these. Woo. All right, and then what I'm going to do is just hold those stems together, just like that. Actually, I'm not going to glue it first. We're going to go ahead and thread it through. I'm going to do this one because the hole's a little bit bigger. You're going to thread it through like this so that it looks adorable like that. Now this hole I got a little too big. So we're going to take a little bit of hot glue. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the back of it just to kind of keep those in place so they don't do that. There we go. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to let that set up. And then, ooh, we're going to do the same thing to these. Holding those together, and then we're going to put them through this hole, which I think is a much more appropriate size hole. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to say no. Yeah, there we go. Put it just like that. And then when they are staying normally, you can trim those down a little bit and just put a little dot of glue on there and just let that dry. All right, now we're going to wait to do this one till it's a little bit more dry. So let's address what we're doing with this card. So here is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I've taken the papers kind of in the same color scheme here from Autumn Garden. I inked the edges on both of these with the gingerbread ink pad. that pretty pumpkin on the back. All right, and we're gonna put that right there. And then this is gonna go right across there, but I also have a cute little 4-inch doily, and I'm gonna put a little ink on the edges of this as well. So I'm gonna just take a piece of scrap paper, and we're gonna take a little bit of, this is that gingerbread color ink. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of fall to break down that little, the white's a little harsh for me. There we go. There. All right, now that's gonna go right there. So let's go ahead and glue this border down. I think that's a cool one too. I'm just gonna put this right here, not crooked. And then I'm just gonna turn this around and trim that so it's a nice fit. Okay, and then because we did cut that away, put a little ink there. All right, now I can tack this down. And I do like to put a little bit on the outside edges, even though it's super lacy. We don't want that flapping around. Right there. All right. Oopsie. I think this one is just about ready. You can go ahead and poke it. Try not to get too aggressive with the poking this time. There we go. Cut off a couple more of these. It's exciting because we're in the home stretch. There we go. And I think in an upcoming project, I'm going to do some flowers that don't require a die cutting machine, because as I said, not everybody has one. There we go. And I'm going to use these flowers from 49 and Market, or excuse me, from Graphic 45. And they're in oranges and yellows, and they have all the little leaves and stems and twigs and things with them, which I think will be really fun to make. So that'll be in a future video. All right, rolling up my sleeves because we're going to get to the assembly part, which is my favorite part. All right, so we're going to just lay these down in place first. And I have these little twigs, berries, stems, and they're curved in this direction. So I want them to kind of go up like that. All right, this is going to go right there. One of these can go on either side, just like that. Then I've taken that same stem, that same little berry stem, and I've just cut it down, just the tip of it. And I have some gold ones from Metallic Gold. And I've got these little pieces right here from our little leaves. So let's keep going here. I'm going to get this kind of laid out, and then we'll take a little break and I'll get it all glued down. Show you guys the final result. Like this. I want to leave space in here for my little grating, so I'm going to like adjust that. I got a little carried away. Like that. And I think put the gold there and the gold there. All right, getting there. I've got room for another leaf here. All right, do you see my shape that we're going on? We're going to take a break and we'll come back with the finished results. All right, we're back with the finished card. So as you can see here, I added some Dazzle stickers and little sending smiles right here, and then added some little jewel stickers as well, and a nice little olive color, rather crystals. They're crystal stickers for a little sparkle on those leaves. I really like how this turned out. So let's talk about the giveaway. For those of you who like this video and you give it a thumbs up and you comment, some of you will like it and not comment, or comment and not like it, because those two things should be even. And are a subscriber, or are a new subscriber or an old subscriber. Like, comment, and subscribe. You'll be entered in to win a contest, and then we'll pick a winner, and then we'll send this to you in some happy mail. But you have to watch next week's video to see who the winner is. See how that works? Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. I had fun putting this together, and I'll see you in the next one.